Hello. Today we will be taking a look at a 200,000 lumen flashlight from Amazon. This is marketed under several different brands. This particular one is a Lylting 200,000 lumen super bright flashlight. I have seen what looks to be the exact same light unbranded under Alifa and Sinlenzo, among other strange names, some names which don't have any vowels at all. So it claims that it will go 10 hours and produce 200,000 lumens on its high mode and throw for 3,280 feet. Now, I had very low expectations for this light, considering the type of battery it uses and the price point. When I received the box, I was shocked because the box weighed practically nothing. When I unboxed the light, I discovered what is the cheapest feeling light I have ever purchased at any price point. The light weighs practically nothing. It feels like it's made out of tin or possibly tinfoil. It's just super light. There's nothing to it. It rattles. It did come with a battery. It wasn't labeled. I believe this is a 26650. It lets you know if you run the battery down too low, you'll never use the battery again. So that was the writing that you saw there on the battery. It comes in a cardboard box with a very light piece of foamish material. It has a one-page set of instructions and specifications, which I'll never read, but if you're interested in reading the lies here is a screenshot. You'll have to pause your screen. And so it claims that you get a powerful handheld flashlight, a rechargeable battery, charging cable, lanyard, and user manual. I will say this light also comes with a battery adapter for 3 AAA batteries. So you can imagine how those 3 AAA batteries are going to produce 200,000 lumens of light and throw for 3,280 feet. So I did run this light through its paces, and there will be a video with some other flashlights comparing at the end here. But before we get to that, this is said to come with an LED that is a P70. And so I did search through the P70s and found the manufacturer's spec through Alibaba. And the P70 LED's claimed specs are 2,000 lumens, 5 amps. It runs from 3.7 to 4.2 volts and is comparable with an 18650, a 21700, a 26650, or, as we see here, 3 AAA batteries. So the lanyard busted there. It's I think it busted. The part that held it to the light busted. The light is clearly made of Chinesium, and if you're not familiar with Chinesium, it is a material that's added to a large number of Chinese exports. It makes them look really pretty in photos, while at the same time making them to fail to meet the advertised specs. It causes them to break easily and just makes them overall suck. And this is the most Chinesiumed light I have ever purchased. It says on here that the power display, if it's 1 to 25%, you get the red light, 25 to 100%, it shows a green light. And then it notes when the indicator light shows red, please charge it in time. Again, if you let the battery go too low, it will never recharge again, according to the instructions. I would also note on the website that the pictures on the ad, on the Amazon ad page for this light, it claims it's 200,000. Then in other places, it claims it's 150,000 lumens. And in other places, it claims it runs off of 1 AAA battery. All of these are very, very bad signs. And it also claims that super light flashlight is a military grade hard anodized shell. Another hallmark of a cheap Chinesium light, such as the ones you find on Amazon, is the UI, the user interface. Typically, the cheap UI, you'll punch it on, it gives you max power. As you continue to punch it, it dims. Then you run through the SOS and end with a strobe. I think this is due to the ease of manufacture, and just a cost-cutting measure in the UI. If you're someone who would intend to use this for any type of defense, I guess you will have to tell your attacker, hold on, let me cycle through all these modes until I get to the strobe. So give me a minute. Otherwise, you're just going to be going through a whole bunch of modes while you get attacked. There's virtually no use for the strobe when it takes you 5 seconds to cycle through the modes to get to it. The weight on this light is about 6 ounces, if that tells you anything about the construction of the light. All right, so here we've got the 200,000 lumen light running on the left. We've got an LR40R version 2 floodlight running in the middle. And we've got the LR80R running on the right. Now the LR80R has a lot of spill, and the LR40R, most of its stuff is in the flood. And if you look, you have what looks like a centralized thrower on the left. Now I used a different battery for this. I didn't use the battery it came with to try and give it every advantage possible. But what this is roughly a 2,000 lumen thrower that you're getting. Made as absolutely as cheaply as possible. So if you notice, it looks like a decent thrower, assuming it would last more than a month. The comparison lights that we're using, we've got the LR80R on the far right. I believe that's an 18,000 lumen light with a lot of spill. And then in the middle, we've got an LR40R version 2, which is a combination flood thrower at about 15,000. So there is no way that the first light we're seeing is 200,000 lumens. So in conclusion, this light, I would say, is an extreme case of buyer beware. It produces a decent light for its price point. However, the quality of this light is so bad that I have serious doubts of how long it will last. And in fact, it was so bad, I was very concerned about trying to plug it in somewhere. It's so loose and janky, I'm worried it'll start a fire. So I ended up using, like I said, a better battery from another light running through this one. I would not use anything on this light plugged into anything in my home or plugged into any phones. It's just a very poorly made light, and obviously it has grossly lied about its lumen output. It is a 2,000 lumen output light. So if you're interested in the Fenix LR40R version 2, you can get that at the Fenix store, phenixstore.com. Lightstore.com also has great lights. But as far as this Lylting 200,000 super bright flashlight, I would give this one a hard pass. There are another few lights on Amazon that I'll be testing and comparing. So like and subscribe if you want to see those. Comment below if there's a light you're curious about. Maybe I can get a hold of it and give it a test. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Cheers.